So I've definitely had a love-hate relationship with starting something new. I am somebody who likes to plan. I like to have an agenda. My Google Calendar is ridiculous. But starting something new has challenged me in areas that I'm not usually challenged in. So my name is Andrew Phillip, and I went to the Ohio State University. And at Ohio State, about almost 4,000 people on this campus are of South Asian descent. So it's quite a sizable number, and really there has been no witness for these people on campus. No one explaining the hope of the gospel to them. When I came to college, the idea of reaching out to other South Asians was not something I had in mind, even though I myself am South Asian, and I had a lot of South Asian friends even for my first year on campus. However, I didn't really want to reach out to many other South Asians, a fear of offending them or thinking that bringing Jesus into my relationships with them would somehow ruin those relationships. So the South Asian community is a very, very tough thing. It's a very hard thing, but the reward of it is so great. The impact of it could be so great for the God's kingdom. While we were responding to scripture by praying and listening to God, God really clearly came to me in a vision and told me, Andrew, if you claim to love your people so much, if you claim to love South Asians so much, why are you withholding the greatest thing in your life from them? So a couple of years ago, I started reaching out to South Asian people on campus. There have been several other students, South Asian and non-South Asian Christians, who have come alongside to help start this ministry. We've had kind of a couple of South Asian Christians now form a core group. I think one of the really key people throughout this whole process was a leader from our ministries, for our Asian American ministry named Katie Chow. Her senior year, she decided to switch to the South Asian ministry in response to a very strong call from God. One of the things she had to be creative and think of new ways of reaching people. So some of the things we've done to help us do that are things like a South Asian proxy. So proxies are something InterVarsity uses to help us engage people thoughtfully and creatively with our faith, usually being able to share the story of Christ with others. Like another event that we are able to do that's able to outreach to a large number of people is something called Faith and Chai, which is a interfaith roundtable discussion on topics from everything from your favorite holiday to parents to marriage to kind of the deeper issues of having a personal relationship with God, things like that. So kind of exploring the intersection of faith and culture for South Asian Americans over chai, samosas, and other South Asian snacks. So I think this kind of micro experience of me starting a new ministry on campus is so helpful for all parts of my life and learning to really rely on God, to be constantly thinking of how to grow my faith and how to be a witness to others. I definitely see the connections kind of not only from the ministry I was doing on campus, but also to my career journey, to relationships. But I know that every time I press into mission, God will be continually to mold and change me into somebody who is that much more productive and loving for Him. And I'm sure as I continue on my life, like other things that God will be calling me to into new uncharted territory. So it's definitely not this is something I'm going to be done with when I finish college. After I leave InterVarsity, it'll be something that in all parts of my life will have equipped me to be a better follower of Christ.